Hi, my name is Ella Horton, and I'm a junior, and I'm a communication studies major and a leadership studies minor here at Western. So that's why I am taking this course. It's the next step. I'm not declared yet, but it's like the next class they said to take, so I took it. And I'm actually really excited. I honestly took it because they told me to take it, and I didn't even know what it was. But I think now that I'm in it, it's like kind of perfect because peer leadership is something I have a lot of experience in leadership, but I don't have a lot of experience in specifically peer leadership, which I'm seeing as, from what we've heard so far, something pretty vital to everything. As for my experience, I grew up in a church where both my parents were the pastors, so I was often thrust into a lot of voluntold work, which by the time I was in middle school was like more set and regular, and I was regularly in these positions, and I loved it. I was regularly teaching Sunday school, as well as during the summers for multiple weeks I would go be a camp counselor and lead a Bible study and run games for the whole camp. So I always kind of like was in there, and I always loved it. I hope I'm using the right word, but I think I would say I have like an affinity for being in a leadership position, which can be taken multiple different ways, and I'll let anyone take that however they want to. But yeah, I always liked it. These experiences, I definitely faced challenges because in the nature of that it was a Christian, organizations that I was doing these things through, often I would find myself disagreeing with my peers and who I'm working with, kind of disagreeing on everything, especially around the years of 2020 and 2018 and 2019, and I think you can kind of pick up what I'm putting down. So any peer leadership I had peer leadership experience I had within those situations were honestly a little bit negative. But I didn't kind of write it off. I think it's different. I had all for the majority of my experience, it was always with kids. So it's like I kind of have an upper hand, not an upper hand, but just basic age. Like if they're preschoolers, they're gonna listen to me. I'm 13. Yeah, you're gonna listen. And then when I was a junior in high school, I stopped doing these positions altogether. I just didn't anymore, and I kind of forgot about it. I kind of forgot about my affinity that I have for leadership, and it wasn't like I didn't miss it or anything, but I was like, okay, I don't do that anymore. Then when I was a sophomore in college, I was promoted at my job to a manager, and around the same time, I was also kind of like figuring out my minor because I bounced around a little bit and nothing really was like sticking with me, or I wasn't really good at anything either. But then I was talking to my friend, and she was like, well, why don't you do leadership minor? And I was like, I have literally never heard of that. And I had been kind of getting back into these leadership positions through my job, and then when I did Leadership 101, I was like, oh right, I really love, I love this, and I have like I said, an affinity for it. I just love it. Yeah, so it all kind of worked out perfectly. I picked this minor, and now I'm back doing more of it. My expectations for this course are obviously to grow my peer leadership skills. I don't know if they're strong. I don't know if they're weak. I don't really know where they are. I don't have the most experience with it. But I think that's okay because that's what I'm here to learn. What I'm most excited for about is taking everything that I'm gonna learn from this course, and practicing it out in the real world, in my job, in class, in anything, just working through, trying everything kind of and seeing what works well for me. I'm really excited for that. Again, I don't have the most experience with peer leadership, so I don't know where I am, but I'm really excited to put that kind of to the test, I guess. a challenge that I can see coming up, and I want to preface this by saying it's probably not in the way that you think it is, but I'm a very anxious person. I struggle with pretty bad anxiety, and I do a really good job of, keeping that out of my academic and job like endeavors. Like, I can do a pretty good job of, keeping it out of there, but it's still in here, so it affects how I feel when I do my work, but I never let it affect how I do my work. It's gotten, I don't even think it will be an issue, really. I feel pretty comfortable, like, in the class. So I don't think it's gonna be an issue, but it's always something I keep in the back of my mind, just in case I ever do get a little crazy. And that to be said, a lot of my leadership positions, there has been a lessened anxiety because, again, there's that automatic, I'm an adult, I'm 15, you're a child. Of course you're listening to me, like, who are you gonna listen to? So I'm excited to kind of, get this experience and kind of ease my anxiety of being in leadership positions, especially peer leadership, situations with people who are my age and around my age. That's why I'm really excited for the student facilitation. I think I'm a little, I'm gonna be a little nervous about it, but I have a lot of confidence in it already. I'm really excited, and I'm gonna try and put my best foot forward with that one. And I'm really grateful this class gives me the opportunity to do that. As for connections to this course, the first topic that really, really interested me was the authenticity and authentic leadership. I think I'm someone who, I'm going to be a fancy way of saying that I'm pretty judgy, but I think I can read pretty well when people are not being themselves, and I feel like I try to be myself as much as possible, maybe even to a default. So I think it's going to be really important to really nice to first of all find a good balance of that, where it's, I'm being authentically myself, but I'm also not like messing around. Like, I'm getting stuff, I'm doing work, and I'm doing good stuff. As well as, I was trying to explain, kind of get a gauge on, like, do I come off as genuine, or what do I come off as? And, like, try and figure that out and how to read that on other people better, because, again, my ability to read people is based on my head. No, it's something I just think about myself, so I could even be wrong. The other one I'm really excited for is conflict resolution. I consider myself a peacekeeper, but not a good one. It's something I feel strongly about. I love to keep the peace, and I love to, regulate things, but I don't, like, I'm not always the best at it. Like, it's kind of, as for how much I, feel about it, my practice is, not there. Like, I'm just not where I would love to be with conflict resolution. I hate conflict, and I try to resolve it, but it doesn't usually work. When I was, my, initial, thoughts of this class is, it's good insight on how to use leadership skills while working with others. And I would say I'm someone who, I love working with others. I love working in a group. I would maybe say I'm at my best when I'm working in a group, being held accountable, and stuff like that. But I think I love it too much, and I'm someone who gets very easily derailed. So it's like, okay, what are, I like it so much that I'm like, oh, we should all just have fun, but that you can't do that. So I'm excited to, find a really good, healthy balance. I also, when just thinking about this, I think about, how it's about bringing out the best in everyone in the group, like everyone's best assets, and really putting them to practice. And, it's a big collaborative, which I love, is we're all doing it together, which I think is really special. I also, as a communications major, You know, I also think in leadership, specifically peer, any leadership position, but specifically peer leadership, communication is vital. I think communication is vital in everything. You can't really do anything without communication. So I think it's, you know, I think I'm also happy for my experience in communications to kind of maybe help me somewhat in this course, leak through and, you know, help me. Let me think. In conclusion, I'm very excited for this course and what this quarter will bring. You know, I've always been in leadership positions, like I said, but, and I'm really excited to bring that into my higher education and hopefully my career one day. I am excited. I'm excited because, again, not a lot of experience in the peer leadership field. So I'm excited to get that experience. And I think I'll really be able to take what I learned in this course with me for the rest of my life, even like in job positions, in life, and anything. I think we like that. So yeah, thank you so much.